Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today with another CCP video. We have an early access look at the new Black Widow Deadly Origin, and I'm very excited to share this video with you guys. Now, I'm gonna have a full breakdown video on this character coming out either tonight or tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this video, of course, but I think I want to hold off for a little bit more on that video because I do have it made and I'm pretty set with my thoughts about the character, but I do have her on the Act 7 beta server and I was able to take her up to rank 5 and I got to play around with her just a little bit. I think I might be changing my mind slightly about her at a higher rank, so I do want to hold off on my full opinion video. But, however, today, I want to show you where Black Widow fits into this game, in my personal opinion. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen that really nasty Thunderstruck King Groot miniboss in Act 6.4.2 by now. I have a video of Dr. Doom soloing it. It's a very tough fight and it's a roadblock for a lot of people. Well, Black Widow is kind of like the new Shock Queen, alright? So Thunderstruck, you can't do any damage to the opponent unless there's a shock applied on them. Now when Widow's Insight is active, you're going to be placing a shock on the opponent with every single light attack that you do. Now this is really important in this fight because when you're applying that shock onto King Groot and he shrugs it off because he has a Fury up, it doesn't really matter because you're having a shock on the opponent at the time that you're making contact with him. So pretty much whenever you have that Widow's Insight active, you're going to be doing normal damage to this King Groot. Now the only synergy that I brought in here is I brought in the Taskmaster synergy, and all that does is it just gives me 2% extra power gain when I have the Widow's Insight active. But the reason why I have the Taskmaster synergy with me is that whenever King Groot is going to throw a special attack, well, I'm going to lose my power. And this has that Stung 1 Twice Shy note on it where I can't throw a special attack when I cross a bar of power for a couple seconds. So I want to try and get to a point where I can toss off a huge special 2 and let go a ton of passive shock damage on King Groot when I don't have the power sting on. And you'll see what I'm talking about in this fight here. Alright, so let's jump right in here, and like I said, I'm going to be making another video completely breaking down her abilities and everything, but you're going to see that little counter in the top left that has the hourglass, the Black Widow hourglass there, and whenever that's there, that's when the Widow's Insight is up. Now when the Widow's Insight is up, you're going to have a 100% chance, pretty much, to place a shock on the opponent with your light attacks. Now, as you can see, right now we have about 6 shocks up on the opponent, and King Groot is already down to 90% health left. Now, as you probably know, when King Groot and all of his shocks, when all of his furies go away, well, he's going to regenerate. So, I put Despair at 3 out of 3 for this fight. So if I were to ever get to 7 shocks, well, his healing would be completely shut down. Now, it's very hard to keep 7 shocks up on the opponent. Especially against King Groot, because the shocks don't last too long here. However, any bit helps, because the issue with this fight is that you really can't just brute force this guy down if you don't have an option with shock, because he's going to regenerate all of that brute force damage that you put into him. So here, I'm just playing like normal pretty much. The thing with the Widow's Insight, okay, is that you never like really go out of your way to activate it. You know, it's going to come up like right now and I'm punishing that special attack, or like when you dex, it just happens naturally and it caps out at 50. And when you get to 50, you can toss off a special 3 and get a huge critical damage rating bonus, but obviously we can't do that in this fight. Here what I'm just trying to do, I'm just constantly trying to build up to a special 2 and then trying to wait out that power sting so that I can toss off a huge special 2. So when there's a shock on the opponent and you throw off the special 2, every single hit, as long as there's a shock there present, you're going to be doing a huge amount of burst passive shock damage, and I think I do get it right now. So you'll be able to see right here I have the shock, and watch all of that passive shock damage. Boom, boom, boom. That was a huge special 2 out of Black Widow there. Now just keep in mind, guys, this is just a rank 3 champion, okay? And yes, Thunderstruck does make all shocks and shock passes, I believe, is 25% stronger. So this is a little inflated, but even at 25% stronger, this is still going to be less than it would be at rank 5. Okay, so keep that in mind. And that, and that's one reason why I want a couple more days to play around with her at rank 5 on the beta server, just to see what her potential is as a maxed out champion when she isn't in an ideal situation. Because I'll tell you right now, I'll give you a little sneak peek on my thoughts. I really love Black Widow when it comes to the node Thunderstruck in particular. Now, you guys know I've actually made a lot of videos on Thunderstruck. I've done it with Jane Foster, I've done it with Darkhawk, Sentinel, I've done it with Doom, obviously. I feel like this is a node that for some reason, when it first came out, there weren't too many options for it. So it's always very interesting to me when we have an option that's so good for it. Now, we have a champion who pretty much has the easiest access to shock in the game, so obviously my mind goes right to Thunderstruck here. And in my video tomorrow, I'm going to be taking her on the 6.3.6 Thunderstruck path and just going at a couple fights there. And as you can see here, man, I mean, yes, it's a long fight, but it's going to be a long fight with anybody. Even with Dr. Doom, it lasted about 5 minutes, and this is a rank 3 champion, getting this guy down in, about 5 minutes here. And the thing about it is that it's just a normal fight with her. You don't have to do anything special to get the shocks up. Like I said, the Widow's Insight is going to be activated normally throughout the fight. It's actually pretty hard not to have it active, because you bait out a heavy attack, you bait out a special attack, and it's going to start ticking. And then every single hit that you do, you're going to land some shocks. The medium attacks have a percentage chance to do it. The light attacks have a 100% chance to do it. The heavy attacks have a 100% chance to do it. You're going to get some shocks, big passive shock damage in the special 2, I believe on the special 1 as well. Now also, if you counter the opponent's heavy attack with your heavy attack, you'll also shock them for a couple, not shock them, you'll stun them for a couple of seconds as well. And that could be very useful. Here, I'm going to try again to toss off one of those big special 2s. As you can see here, I didn't get it in time. He tossed off that special 2, and all of my power is drained, but that's okay. This guy only has about 10% health left, and he's just draining, man. He's just absolutely draining. I think that Black Widow at rank 5 would just absolutely rinse this guy down in probably about 120 hits, I would say. A rank 5 Black Widow Deadly Origin here. Now here, I believe I toss off the special 1, and you'll see the special 1 actually has a nice bit of utility. It activates a passive evade that if you are to get hit, right, you're going to get this passive evade that pretty much throws a flashbang at the opponent, and that's how I end the fight right there. I just wanted to show that little bit of utility off as well, and of course I'll go much deeper into that tomorrow in my actual breakdown video, but I just wanted to get this fight out to you guys first, because like I said, as of right now, my current feelings, Black Widow's place in this game is on Thunderstruck. Now, unfortunately, the only places that we see Thunderstruck are on 6.3.6, that one lane, and this King Groot. So, as of right now, in my mind, Black Widow Deadly Origin is absolutely killer on 2 lanes in Act 6. So, while she does this really well, she kind of misses the mark for me in other places. But like I said, I want to take some more time with her at rank 5, and I want to just give it one more try with her. And I just want to see if maybe she'll surprise me at rank 5. So alright my dudes, if you liked this video, please do me a favor and leave it a like. Comment what you think about Black Widow Deadly Origin, and subscribe if you want to see some more Black Widow CCP videos coming to you very soon. I'll be seeing you around. Here I'm just going to scroll through the abilities of the rank 5 Black Widow for you guys in case you're interested in seeing them. Because tomorrow in the video that I make it is going to be of the rank 3 version. So in case you are interested, these are the numbers on the rank 5 version. So, I'm not going to read anything out, but if you want, you can pause it. You could put this in slow motion, and you could take a look at it that way. But it's not too different from the rank 3. It's definitely different. And there's definitely a couple big increases that are pretty significant, but others that just aren't, and of course we'll talk about that tomorrow. She has very, very high PI.